Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shot Breakdown. We're going to go over 5 college basketball games for Sunday, March 23rd, 2025. Now if you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Put your college basketball picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my top play in college hoops, that's my Bank Shot Best Bet. You can find those at the Premium Picks tab of Pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the games for Sunday in college hoops. First up, we'll start in the first round of the CBI, this one between Manhattan and Incarnate, 12 p.m. Eastern. Now, right now, Manhattan is the small favorite, but I think the wrong team is favored. I wouldn't be shocked to see this line go through 0. I like Incarnate in this game. You know, this is a Incarnate team that's superior from a shot quality perspective on both ends of the court. They're the more experienced roster by a pretty good margin. They had experience playing in neutral site games, both in the regular season and, of course, the conference tournament, where Incarnate won their neutral site non-conference game against Western Illinois, and they picked up a conference tournament win against one of the best teams in the Southland in southeastern Louisiana. The very next game, they forced overtime to Nichols in the second round of the tournament. So Incarnate pretty competitive in those neutral site ball games, while Manhattan did not play one in regular season play, and the one conference tournament game they played in was a double-digit loss to Iona by a 77-65 final score. I do think Manhattan has a pretty sizable advantage at the free throw line, where they're about 10 percentage points better than Incarnate. So in a close game, this looks like to be a close one. That certainly could be a difference maker. But other than that, I think Incarnate is a better team here, especially defensively. And like I said, the more experienced team. I like backing experienced teams in these tournament-style games. I'm going to go Incarnate in this one. Next up, we have Baylor and Duke in the 9-1 matchup in the East Region, second round game. This one is going to be 2:40 Eastern on CBS. We see Duke as a 12.5 point favorite. I do think this is a pretty steep spread. Listen, it's tough to go against Duke right now on their 12-game win streak. Had a dominant win in the first round over Mount St. Mary's, but I think this line is just too far gone. I mean, when you look at Baylor, they were playing competitive basketball down the stretch into the conference tournament, where they picked up a conference tournament win and then only lost to Texas Tech by 2 points in the next round. They picked up the W against Mississippi State to start this year's tournament in a great offensive showing. Shot quality wise, is a very solid team. They're a good offensive rebounding team. They take care of the ball. They're an excellent free throw shooting team. I think Baylor has enough here. I mean, they were very competitive against Houston in the regular season finale, another 1 seed. So I think we see enough from Baylor to cover the spread. I'm going to go with the points here with the Baylor Bears. Next up, we have St. Mary's in Alabama. This one is going to be 6:10 Eastern. It's going to be on TNT. We see Alabama as a 5.5 point favorite currently, and the total is in the high 140s. These are two completely different styles of teams on the offensive side and really in general. In terms of the pace of play, St. Mary's one of the slowest in the country. Alabama, one of the fastest, if not the fastest team in all of Division I college basketball. I think that benefits Alabama, especially as the favorite. I do think they will be able to dictate the tempo, and I can't see St. Mary's running with Alabama for 40 minutes. Now, St. Mary's, very solid defensive team, fundamentally sound, great rebounding team, one of the best front courts in college basketball. But like I said, for 40 minutes, I don't think St. Mary's can hit enough shots and can keep up with this Alabama offense to stay competitive in this ball game. And this is still a pretty reasonable price to be laying with Alabama, and I think we're getting a decent price because Alabama fell flat in that first round game with Robert Morris. They were laying 22 points. They only won the game by 9, gave up 16 offensive rebounds. Alabama had 12 turnovers. It was a sloppy game. I think they sharpen up in this one. I think they win this game and cover the number. Next up, we have Arkansas State and North Texas. This one's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on ESPNU. North Texas, this is a program, not necessarily the players in the team this year, but a program that has a lot of NIT experience. They won this tournament a couple of years ago. I liked what I saw for them against Furman in the first round with the win and cover. I haven't backed the Mean Green very often this year because a lot of times, in my opinion, against some of the teams in the AAC, they were overvalued. But in this spot, they're laying a pretty reasonable price against an Arkansas State team that's good, but I do think doesn't really match up well in this game, especially on the road. Arkansas State's a team that, for the most part this year, really relied on having the advantages in both the turnover and rebounding battles against their opponents, against some of the weaker teams in the Sun Belt, some of the teams they played in non-conference play. But you're not getting that against North Texas. The Mean Green are a great, rebounding team, one of the best in mid-major college basketball. They force a ton of turnovers. They do a decent job at taking care of the ball. They get to the free throw line. They're an excellent free throw shooting team. And I just think North Texas is going to force a lot of tough shots in this one. Arkansas State's going to have to make some tough shots and make them at a consistent rate. I don't think they can do so for 40 minutes. I think the North Texas Mean Green walk away with the win and the cover and advance to the next round of the NIT. Next up, we have UAB and Santa Clara. This one is going to be a 9 p.m. Eastern start time. It's going to be on ESPNU. Now, Santa Clara, UAB, two great offenses, two pretty fast-paced teams, and two offenses that I trust quite a bit. I expect a high-scoring game, and I think we go over the total, even though this is already a really steep total. You know, when you got UAB ranked 245th in adjusted defensive efficiency, they're great on the offensive side, but they can give up points in bunches. They were good defensively against St. Joseph's in that last game, but I think Santa Clara is going to be able to score and score at will, especially because they're an excellent three-point shooting team, and they're playing at home. So I look for Santa Clara to kind of pick their number offensively, but UAB is one of the best scorers in mid-major college basketball in Yaxel Lendeborg. He didn't have his best game against St. Joseph's. He put up 16 points, but he was just 4 of 14 from two-point range. I think he puts up 20-plus in this one. I think UAB keeps up for the most part on the offensive side. For me, the spread's kind of a coin flip because while I could see UAB covering because of their potent offense, I could also see Santa Clara, who just put up 101 points against UC Riverside, kind of pulling away in the final moments. So rather than look at the spread, I'm going to take the over and UAB Santa Clara. And that's it. Those are the games for Sunday in college basketball. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium, and there is a link in the description. As always, this is Romanelli. Good luck.